Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting.
No.
This always happens to me. My awkwardness kind of spreads to whoever I'm talking to.
What do you mean? Am I getting more awkward?
It's like, no, it was like this where you start talking to and I kind of interrupt you and you stop. It's like when you get to an intersection, you don't know who got there first. And you're just trying to So I'm just going to jump in and answer the question.
I didn't feel I didn't feel it.
Okay, good. Maybe I'm oversensitive.
It's breaking bread.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Last time I saw you was at the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
And you were getting ready for the Tonight Show, like a big show off. You had all these, like a whole crew of people, like a posse, all sitting in the back.
Mm-hmm. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually have a posse everywhere I go.
I know. Thanks for not bringing him today. This is a small studio.
Yeah, they wouldn't let them in, but yeah, they're outside.
Congratulations on the special.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
It's very funny.
Thank you.
You have so many jokes.
Yeah, it takes a long time to write.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah, I was going to advise you on that. You know, you can just do faces and stuff. How long did it take you to put it together?
I mean, I guess, I released an album, which was my last thing in 2014.
Wow.
And I wasn't consistently writing during that part.
Right.
I always get distracted by
Yeah.
other stuff. And I think when COVID hit, like a lot of people are like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this time to do something. And
Yeah.
for me, it was like, I'm going to actually write an hour, for me, an hour is like, 48 minutes or whatever. But,
Yeah.
And I looked at what I had, it was about a half hour. And then I was really, working hard the next couple of years.
Right.
To fill it out.
Right. And do you do it like in small blocks or do you go out and tour it?
I tour when I actually had the set.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm very risk averse about trying new jokes. And I know it doesn't matter. I just even after this many years, I feel so uncomfortable trying a new joke that doesn't work.
Right.
Because an old joke that doesn't work, you're just, I know this worked before. But
Right.
a new thing, you're spiraling. Is this the most cringeworthy thing that's ever happened? Me telling this joke right now. So I usually try to dipping my toe in the water. I'll just sandwich two jokes I know will work. I'll sandwich a new one in between them. And
Right.
Gradually.
Yeah. It's, it's such a great finished product.
Thank you.
It's really well done. And why did you decide to animate it?
I mean, Tig Notaro did an anime special a few years. That was really funny.
Yeah.
I basically just wanted, initially I just thought it was a good idea because I'm known mainly as a cartoon character.
Right.
For his voice.
Yeah.
And then the more I thought about it, the more I really liked visually. I did when I'm watching a comedy special, I feel like a lot of space is wasted.
Uh-huh.
In terms of what you're watching, why is this not an album?
Right. Yeah.
And it's different. It's especially for me where I'm standing in one place. It's different for someone that takes advantage of the space.
Right. Yeah. I stand in one space too.
Yeah, you should try the animation.
Yeah. I'm going to use your animated character with my jokes.
It'll be that character is like a franchise. It just does everyone's jokes.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah. What was really cool was that element though of in between, your arms just straight down.
Yeah.
And you're not really moving. And it just, I don't know, there was something about a calmness between the jokes because of that. That was really interesting. Yeah.
And I was actually, that's not how I was picturing it. When I first thought I was going to do it this way, I thought, this is great because with animation, it's you have a million camera angles because you don't need an actual camera, and I can do a bunch of cuts from in the middle of the joke to mix to kind of fight against this.
Yeah.
The stillness. And when I was doing, Benno Box made the special. Initially it was Lauren Bouchard. He's the creator of Bob's. His production company made a 3-minute animatic.
Oh.
And Bernard, who's the director of Bob's, was directing it, and he gave me the first animatic, and it was his choices were so different than what I pictured. It was leaning into the stillness instead of trying to fight it.
Right.
And I thought it was so interesting, and I loved it. And I felt like it was almost I felt like it was a duet.
Yeah.
To me, and then the director of special. The actual special came in, and he had all his own new great ideas, and it really just felt like it was just adding like a depth to the awkwardness.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, which in the beginning was kind of like, okay, like
Yeah.
are we? And then you start to really, it draws you into that pace.
Yeah.
And it was calming. It was like it was like a really nice thing to see somebody not like looking around and like all of the human things that happen.
Yeah.
And the character could just be still, and it made me lean more into what
that's
you're going to
great.
say next.
Yeah. And I actually, it actually kind of made me realize, like, I think in my actual performances, I'm like rushing, and I should actually like, take the time to pause a little bit, and
Yeah.
and like let it linger. It's like, it's not like I'm
I
not
know.
tricking anyone. If I move fast, it's still obvious who I am.
I know. It is such a thing that has to be. I have that struggle all the time.
Yeah.
Just stop. Just let it breathe.
Yeah.
Like even within a joke, it happened to me on the road a couple of weeks ago, and I hadn't done the set in a month, and I came back and I was just looser and more calm. I was just more calm. I wasn't like, I got to get all these jokes out. And I realized this one joke that I'd been struggling with, it was because I kept talking over it. I was going so quick, and doing it this night, I just let it sit and let each part sit so they could catch up and understand like a human being listening to a conversation. Without a desperate man just yelling it at them.
Yeah.
And it changed everything. But it's so hard for me to, I guess it's just fear.
Yeah.
It's just fear of the silence
Yeah.
in between.
I mean, a lot of times I feel like a stand-up set is just a constant like game of blackjack, where I have like a 13. I'm like, this didn't go great. If I wait a little bit, maybe, or do a tag or something, it'll work. Or I could just I should just move on and accept it.
Right. No, it's really well done. When you said that you, when you're putting it together, you'll get distracted by other things.
Yeah.
Like what? What do you mean?
Well, I meant in terms of like, I go through long periods of time like not trying to write stand up and not going up. And it's mainly been like writing on shows. When I'm writing on a show, it's like I just get totally sucked into that, and I just don't have time to focus on other stuff.
It's so hard to balance that.
Yeah.
Do you ever try to like, I'm gonna go do a set after being in a writer's room all day? Really, it's like impossible.
You don't have the patience for the waiting around and hanging out with people.
Right,
that
exactly.
you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
And actually, it was really kind of, shortly before COVID that we got a raise on Buzzburgers, and I was like, I don't have to like write for other people's shows now. I can just focus on doing my own thing. And then of course that was when like everything, one disruption after another, starting COVID, and it's frustrating when thinking back to like a few years earlier, just like everyone and their brother, however that expression is, everyone and their whatever,
everyone and their brother
had like their own show on Netflix,
right?
And and I was just like not focused on doing that, and then by the time I'm focused on it, it's just like everything's like so much slower and harder. But stand up it's amazing to be doing stand up, because that's the one thing you don't need to wait for someone to finance you to do.
Exactly. I know. It's amazing how with all the shifting of things being made and not made now, how stand up has become like this little reliable locomotive. It used to be like, well, it's cute you guys do that. And now everyone's like, how do I do that? Right? Where did you start?
I started in Boston, and then came right out to LA after college.
Right. So you started in college?
I started in college, my sophomore year.
Oh, yeah?
You didn't start until after college, or?
I started after college.
It is really nice to, if you're lucky enough that your parents are paying for it and stuff. Like, it is really nice to have that luxury that like stand-up is an extra thing and you don't have to do it.
Yeah. Was it an extra thing for you?
Well, yeah, because I wasn't like, I didn't have to worry about making a living.
Oh,
you have like three
Right.
free years.
Yeah, right, to just do it.
Yeah.
Did you want to do it when you were a kid? Is that why you started in college? Or did it pop up when you were in college?
I mean, I wanted to do, I had like a million goals that were all way too ambitious as a kid. Like,
What?
being like president, being like a spy, being whatever, being a professional athlete, like things, I should have known if I wasn't a kid that wasn't possible.
Which was the top one?
It was always changing. I don't know. I don't even, it was just always, because I think you just go through daydreams, and then your daydreams get more and more elaborate until it's like, okay, eventually it becomes like a movie with no conflict, where everything is amazing and it's not fun to even daydream about anymore.
Right. Yeah, there's no reason to just keep cranking out something new.
Yeah. But I mean, one thing I wanted to do was like something with making movies or, writing, writing for TV. And I do remember like my dad, we just loved like Seinfeld and in other comedies too, but he would just laugh so much. And like seeing him laugh at that just made seeing like your parent, respond like that made its comedy writing seem like a very high calling.
Right. Yeah.
And the stand-up side, I don't know. I just I didn't really know I didn't really watch a lot of stand-up. Mm-hmm. I like the idea of it. I didn't know you could really be low energy and do stand-up. And then I finally saw some low energy people and realized I could do it.
Were you funny to your dad?
Sometimes I think, yeah. I think it took a while to learn how to be funny. But I think I always had, I could always like randomly stumble into saying something funny that I didn't even understand why since I was little. And then it was just kind of like, okay, well, how do I do that more often, I guess.
Right. Did you have siblings?
I had a younger brother. He's 7 years younger.
Uh-huh.
So he was almost like, I was like an only child for 7 years. And
right. So were you annoyed when he showed up?
I think I was old enough that I thought it was cool to have a brother. Yeah.
That's cool.
Like we weren't really competing.
Right. You could be benevolent.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cooked in your house?
Oh, my mom always cooked. Yeah.
Yeah. She a good cook?
She's a really good cook. Yeah. She's very kind of health conscious. So a lot of times I didn't realize that like the real version of food wasn't like the healthy version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Till you went to your friend's house?
I remember being like the first time at like I feel like at a Mexican restaurant I would always order fajitas because they were like the fancy sizzling thing. And then the first time I ordered enchiladas, I was like, "These are enchiladas. These are amazing." I thought that like enchiladas were like the super like whole wheat tortilla and like baked and not fried
and
in
no
oil.
cheese.
Yeah.
Mom. When my kids were little, my wife is a vegetarian, pescatarian now, but then was a vegetarian, and the kids kind of followed in her footsteps. And I always remember my daughter coming back from her friend's house for dinner, and she was like, "It was really good." And she was probably like 5.
Yeah.
And they had these little round balls with their spaghetti, and they were so good. No idea.
She must have heard the term meatball because it's in like kids songs and movies, and she just didn't know what
track
it was.
That you're a little kid, you're in someone else's house, you're just like, whoa, I'll have another one of these. Do you have a family?
Yeah, I have a wife and a 13-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl.
Oh, that's nice. Do they get along?
And they get along pretty well. I mean, they kind of are so different. They kind of themselves. Yeah.
Are they funny?
They're both really funny in very different ways.
Yeah.
They both really. It's weird because I really like dark comedy, but you like obviously you don't want your kids to be watching dark comedy, but they somehow just both love being really inappropriate. And I mean from when she like our daughter is she's like always been like kind of small for her age, and she like the youngest age she'd be like I'm gonna fucking kill you or whatever, like and it was like so funny, like you couldn't help, like you're trying so hard not to laugh, and like her, other adults obviously laugh at it and are like, so it's like, but then of course her brother, who's not like, who's big for his age and 2 years older, it's like scary when you're like, no, we don't want,
you might actually kill someone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Do they know and like your character? Do they know?
Yeah. I mean, they've, Buzzburgers was on the air, a couple of years before they were born already.
Okay.
So it's always been around and they've always been going to events and,
Right.
and I don't even think kids, I think all kids in like LA and like with like parents in the business, they don't realize that that's not what everyone's doing.
It's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know when our kids were in school, it was like, yeah, that's SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. I think I remember running into Tom Kenny or something. And we turned out our kids both went to Carpenter.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it's such a different world. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers, how many seasons now?
15 or 16?
God.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it first aired at the beginning of 2011. So
2011. Was it hard to get that role?
It was weirdly easy because it was a pilot presentation, so no audition. And it was actually just going to be 2 kids. It was going to be Kristen and Eugene.
Right.
And I just met John Benjamin writing on Demetri Martin's show, and he told Lauren, like, I just met this guy with the weirdest voice. You got to put him in your cartoon. And then he did. And then and that was that. And
Man.
I didn't realize until later how common it is to be like recast and stuff, or I would have been way more terrified during those early first years. But I just assumed at that point.
You just knew.
That's good forever.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's so great to not have the panic of I'm probably going to get fired for 5 years. But it is so perfect. I mean, the idea, like, it couldn't be anybody else.
Yeah, obviously it could be in a different universe, but once people get used to it, it's hard to imagine. Yeah.
God, that show's so good.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm always amazed at the writing of how they get into an episode so quickly. Like they develop the storylines within like a minute. They have a complex direction going. It's just. Did you write on it too?
I wrote one episode.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Are you as impressed with that staff as I am?
Yeah, I'm incredibly impressed. And there's no turnover for writers hardly.
Really?
I actually was like going like, possibly going to write on it when I first started, and write and do the voice.
Yeah.
And I just remember there was like some disagreement about the title and whatever and so I ended up not taking off. And I think part of it was like I was excited by the idea of voiceover hours. And like, I had just been working on shows with long hours, so it wasn't easy. It wasn't hard to convince me not to take the deal versus if I was like, I should just take whatever they get. But I did kind of think like, oh, well, maybe like in a year or two I'll write it, but there's just no turnover of writers. So just stuff's like not opening.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, what a
I think that's why shows get worse at a certain point is mainly because all the writers leave because they made all their money already.
Right, exactly. And then they go for the really big money and then they end up parting ways.
Yeah.
That's so good. And is that like from the top down? Like why is there no turnover at this one? Is it?
I mean, I think Lauren is I think people just really like Lauren. I think he until meeting him, I always assumed that like to be like a success, you have to be like Steve Jobs to run to make anything that's good.
Right.
You have to kind of be an asshole. And you hear all the stories about like all the best shows from the 80s and 90s and like, oh, actually behind the scenes, the bosses were
they were mean.
Like mean and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to be to make a show, but then Lauren's not, and he's still somehow pulls it off.
Yeah, no, that is so refreshing to hear. Like, I remember hearing that like with the Everybody Loves Raymond, with those guys that they had normal hours because they had families. And it was like, oh, you can be successful without driving people into the ground
Yeah.
at 4 o'clock in the morning. I
Yeah.
remember when I was doing a pilot and someone was like, this is so nice. Everyone likes each other and it's never like this. And I was like, oh, we're dead.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. We around here run on IQ Bars most of the time. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ Bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. In my pantry, I have a couple boxes of IQ Bars. I've got the hydration sticks for when I'm working out. Can you tell by the way I worked out today?
Oh, yeah, looking buff, brother.
Thank you. Can you tell if it was weights or if it was cardio?
I think it was weights.
It wasn't weights.
Damn.
Damn it.
Too buff, bro. You getting buff off cardio?
Yeah, I think I just have natural muscles now because I work out so much. And when I do, I use the IQ Mix sticks. They're a great way to hydrate after sauna also. And 4 IQ Joe sticks. This is all in the sampler pack. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified. The mushroom coffee is designed for mental clarity, which we can all use, and packed with 200 milligrams of natural caffeine. Plus, it comes in 4 different flavors. That's the cool thing about IQ Bar as well, is all of their flavors are really great. These things taste good. My wife, who's very, let's call her discerning, likes all of the IQ Bar stuff and gobbles them up. IQ Bar has become part of our daily routine, whether it's starting my morning with IQ Joe, grabbing IQ Bar, or IQ Mix to refuel and rehydrate. They're a big part of our life right now. And right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text PAPA, P-A-P-A, to 64,000. That's PAPA, P-A-P-A. Text it to 64,000. That's P-A-P-A to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Thank you, IQ Bar. And if you want to send me more stuff, I would really, I'm not going to stop you. Also, anyone who hasn't joined our Patreon, join our Patreon. It's a great place to get extra bonus content, a great way to support us here at the podcast. We need one more person. We can't afford them. And we need you to pay for it. It's a great place, and it's a great way to round out the community. So go to patreon.com and look up our podcast and join us. It's a fun way to be a part of the community. And you guys are the best. Nambe.com/TomPapa. Look at how cool this is. My friend called it the Tiffany of bread products. Look at that blue. We've got cutting boards. We've got spatulas. Everything that I use to bake these breads that I give to the guests all the time, I was able to design with this company, this super cool Art Deco versions of it. It looks great. It's very useful. Even if you don't bake bread, they have these beautiful flour containers and sugar containers and just a great line of stuff. I'm super, super proud of it. And I would love if you got some. And go to nambe.com/TomPapa and you will get this beautiful box as well. There's a gift set also with a whisk, a bench scraper, and something else in there. I forget. It's beautiful though. Yeah, bread products. Go get it. Can you record from your house?
I'm the only one that doesn't have a home studio.
You'll get a home.
I have. I mean, during
what are
COVID,
you doing with all your burgers money?
I'm just like so overwhelmed by the idea of doing anything home renovation related. And it does. I mean, some space has to be converted into that studio. It's not like they can just add more. I guess. But, or, even if you expand your house, then you're going to your yard. Yeah. And I mean, mainly I just feel like it's like kind of bad karma. I'm not going to do voiceover in anything else. Probably
Right.
I don't do 100 voices, and I feel like as soon as I build a home studio,
It'll put the whammy on it.
Yeah, she'll be
You're right.
canceled. Yeah.
Do they have plans? Like, do you hear? It seems like it's just going to keep going. I mean,
It seems
it's like a
seems
Simpsons, right? Like,
Yeah.
God.
I mean, they at the last renewal, it was for 4 years. I think we're maybe 1.5 years into that. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Jeez, what a great gig.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. Man, what a lucky break.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of Tina stuff all around the house?
Yeah, so much stuff. I
Do
mean,
you
just
really?
you get stuff from the show, and like you get stuff from fans, and it's like everyone's
Do
nice.
people relate you to you as a person doing stand up?
Do people? What do you mean?
Did your stand up get people from the series?
That would be the main. I think it would be hard for me to headline without the show. That's the main reason people come to the show.
They do.
Which is it presents some challenges, I guess. It's not. I mean, the style of the comedy of the show is not that different from the comedy
Right.
of my set. It could be a lot worse. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like when Patton Oswalt was on King of Queens, like his stand up is pretty different tone from that show.
Right.
But on the other hand, it is like a family show, and not all of my stuff is family friendly, and it is and I'm a 45-year-old man, not a 13-year-old girl. That's the main difference. People always say like they can't help but see Tina telling the jokes, which I think that's fine. It may be, I don't know if that adds to it or takes away from it, but it is what it is.
It's all just part of the package. Yeah. No, it's cool because I would think the reason I asked is you could see a disconnect between people not just being into the thing and not seeing the bridge to you as the stand-up.
It is. I mean, it is maybe a little harder to get people to come to the show, to promote the show. I mean, I'm a stand-up show or the special. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, from a marketing point of view, I'm kind of for a club. I'm kind of like a YouTuber, or someone that got famous for something else and then decided to start doing stand-up. Even though I have been doing stand-up since 1999.
Yeah.
But someone just being like a fan of the show, that doesn't mean you're like, I want to go watch the voice of the character do stand up.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to cast maybe a wider net to get people to come than if they're specifically for stand up.
And now it's got you have the years on your side. It's like they're being informed, and it's just
yeah.
So who was your crew when you came out to LA? Who were you friends with, like comedy wise?
Yeah, I mean, I went to college with BJ Novak. Mm-hmm. So he actually, I was doing stand up in college. He came out a year before me and started doing stand up. So he took me to all the open mics, and we would do the mic every 3-4 times a week, like
nice.
Do the mic circuit.
Yeah.
And then Dan Levy, not Dan Levy, but Dan Levy. We met in college. We both did stand up at the same place at the same night for our first night.
Oh, really?
So we've been, and our lives have weirdly paralleled since then. Like his kids go to Carpenter, his kids are the same age as mine. He's been my boss on a show. I've been his boss on a show. So
that's great.
So yeah, he's another one that, and then you just start. I think like kind of our first scene was, did you ever do the Westwood Brew Co?
No.
Back in the early 2000s. It was like, I mean, BJ just described it as it's like an open mic, but like people come to it that don't have to go to open mics to try out new stuff.
Right.
So like Zach Galifianakis, I remember, was there.
Right.
He was not as famous as he was now, but he's way past what you'd expect to see at an open mic.
Right.
And that was great because, it's a mic, people are practicing new stuff, but I come in, I've been doing this for 3 years and just do like my tight 5, and then by comparison to everyone else's new stuff, it's impressive. And then I met right away Jared Grody and Morgan Murphy, and kind of the four of us were all kind of early 20s, right out of college, and of going around doing stuff.
That's a good crew.
Yeah, and Jonah Ray too. I met him there too. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So those are kind of my earliest kind of people.
Who did you live with when you first came out here?
I lived with a friend from college, and who ended up writing on The Simpsons, Danny Chun. And then, I was roommates with a few other people over the years. I never lived by myself. It's kind of sad because I went right from roommates to living with my girlfriend and then wife. And
Right? You've never been alone.
yeah,
It's overrated.
yeah, yeah. Probably I do like it when I go to a hotel. I guess that's my time.
Yeah. When you were out here, was it other than the open mics, like what was like the place you wanted to try and get into? Like, was it try to get into the improv or try and do Largo or?
I mean, I had a very clear. I've always been like a few years behind the path that you're actually supposed to do. So I was still in my head that it was a few years ago, and my goal was to get like get on New Faces in Montreal and then get a development deal,
Right.
or get on a late night show,
Right.
basically. And I was really focused on that. Or get a writing job too. I was kind of, trying to do that at the same time. And I was always really focused on like the tight five and not trying to build like a longer like road set.
Right.
And I kind of like, I took for granted that pretty early. You never appreciate what you have, but I was pretty early able to get into like really good shows in like the alt scene, because kind of at Westwood, that open mic, I met like Scott Aukerman and BJ Porter, and that was right before they started what became Comedy Death Ray,
Right.
at Ambar. So I got in there right away, and then
Right.
it wasn't too long before I was in Largo. So that was the thing that like in hindsight was easier than it should have been.
Right.
And so I was like focused on all the things that were hard to complain about. Yeah.
Man, the focus on the 5-minute sets.
Yeah.
It was, you just did the Tonight Show, and this was
Yeah.
really the only spot you can go
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it. Like there were so many, like it was such a good way to work.
Yeah.
Because to get a really good 5 minutes took
Yeah.
a lot of work and a lot of material to boil
Yeah.
down to that.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it really exist
Yeah.
that way anymore.
Yeah.
Because I think ultimately makes people better comedians.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy when you do one-liners, but I think, because I still get to do a bunch of jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. People that do stories and bits, you really have to streamline them to
Right.
get it down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a part of the art form.
Yeah.
It really is its own little
Yeah.
art form.
Yeah.
And it's only one spot to go do it now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you do long sets, do you do anything to shift gears? Like I remember hearing Stephen Wright when he would start, he started breaking out the guitar.
Yeah.
Just because he's doing all one-liners and to kind of, conscious of the time of,
Yeah.
you ever,
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting.
No.
This always happens to me. I like my awkwardness kind of spreads to whoever I'm talking to.
What do you
And,
mean? Am I
it's
getting more awkward?
It's like, no, it was like this all where you start talking to and I kind of interrupt you and you stop. It's like when you get to an intersection, you don't know who got there first. And you're just trying to so I'm just going to to jump in and answer the question.
I didn't
And you
feel
don't have to worry about it.
I didn't feel it.
Okay, good. Maybe I'm oversensitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely when I do an hour, I try to find some kind of like, I mean, on the special is great because I had the animation specific bits.
Yeah.
And I was doing that for the live audience as I was preparing. Because
Right.
I was explaining this is going to be an animated special.
Right.
And
The impressions.
and then yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted everything in the animated show I wanted the live audience to be seeing the same show.
Right.
the film. So it was all like, this is what they knew what they would be seeing.
Right.
It was animated. But before that, I mean, like when I was like preparing for my album and doing that, I feel like I had like kind of list pieces or more conceptual pieces spread out. It's always good to I'm not like a crowd work comic, but like usually something happens. I'm always ready for something to happen to
Right.
break character.
Right.
And I'm always trying to, I mean, wherever I am, I'm like, I mean, it's weird because I was always like, so I'm not this comic, but eventually you kind of converge on everyone has to do kind of the same tricks to engage a crowd. And I'm like, okay, every place I go, I'm like, I got to say a thing about the place.
Right.
Which is like weird for me because I don't do that kind of thing. But I try to like do like 10 minutes and then be like, it's great to be here in Cleveland and
Right.
think of something. I mean, the good news is because I'm breaking character a little bit, there's not a lot of pressure on me to do a full-fledged bit about Cleveland. I can do
Right.
something kind of half-assed, but
Right.
but yeah.
You see it as a character?
I don't really try to be a character. It is how I naturally am on stage.
Yeah.
I'm not engaging with the audience unless I break character to engage with the audience.
Right. So when you say break character, you mean kind of leave the act.
Yeah, for me the act is like every line I say, I'm like I really believe it.
Right.
I believe that this really happened to me. And if it doesn't make sense logically, then that I'm a crazy person who really believes that this happened. Like
Right.
I'm just narrating, and I don't acknowledge that like there's a crowd there, and I'm just and people are responding to it. But
that's interesting.
But I do break from it a lot in a short set. I wouldn't break from it very much, but I do break
Right.
from it a lot in a longer set. And I think about, I mean, I try to basically not break for a while because I really want to commit to it, but, for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I kind of get more relaxed kind of as we go along. And there are certain jokes that like the point of view of like a pun. I mean, there's not a lot, puns don't usually work, but sometimes like there's a great joke that's a pun. And it's like, it's the point of view could be either like, look how smart I am, I thought of this pun, like I'm isolating a joke, or it could be like, I'm just saying something that happened to me. I mean, the thing I'm thinking, this is like an old joke from many years ago, but it's like, it'd be really confusing as if you're performing an abortion and someone ran in yelling, abort, abort. And I say it as though I really think that'd be confusing. And like the other way to do that pun would be like, yeah, they were supposed to have an abortion, but I guess they aborted it. And it's like you're hitting it, and that's not the joke that's gonna work in the same way.
Right.
It's but like with a long set and you build credibility, you do have some jokes that are like, this is maybe a little bit like this is a little bit more throwaway, this a little bit more this, and I do kind of relax the character, but I really try to be strategic about the timing of like from beginning to end, so I'm shifting gears at exactly the right time.
Right. It's so interesting to think of you not even thinking about the audience being there. Yeah.
I mean, I obviously am a lot, but
yeah,
I'm trying to act for when I'm in that zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it difficult to not like to, are you having to hold yourself back from like making eye contact or is it comforting to kind of perform
easy.
that way?
It is like, it's my natural state. And if I was trying to just be a regular public speaker, it would constantly be a battle to like, you do need to look at them. You do need to make eye contact. You need to smile. Right. So it's like easy. Yeah. It's very easy. It's I really don't like to see people in the crowd.
Right.
Because they're always like the laughter is an average of everyone, and you're always going to see one person that might hate it, and it's just really stressful to see that.
I mean, watching you, it's not like I don't see it as a character. Mm-hmm. I just see you. And we don't know each other completely, but I don't see like when we're just talking, like it's not that far from. Yeah,
I mean, maybe I'm too more precious about it than or more in my head.
No,
about
but
it
I mean, it's really cool. Like, I get it. I mean, you have to. That's your structure and your performance. I mean, you're getting into that headspace.
I mean, I also think it comes from when I first did kind of finally learn how to make peers laugh.
Yeah.
It really was like, it was not people that were my close friends. It really was a little bit performing for people that I was not that close to. So I almost was like learning how to do stand-up as I learned how to do comedy in a way.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, if I see people in the audience and it does, I pretty much am like with them, and you see people who are just kind of nonplussed because they're, thinking about their laundry or when they're going to go home or whatever.
Yeah.
And you never, you can run into those people after the show and they're like, oh my God, I was so funny. And it's like, well, that old joke will tell your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there's that thing is if I see it, then I want to win them over.
Yeah.
I'm desperately trying to get them.
Yeah. I hate it. And I'll even see people like shaking their heads because I'm looking above them. I see the head shake, and that could either be like, that's a positive, like laughing, or like I don't know what their eyes are doing, but
Or if you see one person out of a whole theater full of people, and one person gets up and starts walking out.
Oh God,
it's
like please go to the bathroom. Yeah,
if they're probably going to the bathroom, and if they don't come back, I'm like, oh, what did I say?
Yeah.
What did I do? And there's like all these other people just laughing their heads off.
Yeah,
what did you kill you? Come back, Marge. Where are you?
I will almost, like if I see someone leaving, I'll like panic and I'll be like, just a few minutes left, and then even if there's like 40 minutes left to keep other people from leaving.
Right, exactly. So when you are performing and you're not looking at them, where do you look?
I look kind of above them.
You look above, just into the black.
Yeah. And that just is like when I say I'm a character, like I'm doing what comes naturally to me,
right?
But it's not what a typical comedian would do about like trying to like act like you're having a normal conversation with the audience.
Right, exactly. I know, which is that's why you have such a unique style. It's so your own thing.
Yeah, well, it just is all that I couldn't.
It's what you
really.
are. Yeah. Yeah. But it's hard. Was it hard in the early days to stick to that? Because, when we're starting out, you're influenced by everyone around you. And did you ever have moments of I should try subconsciously be a little more like that or do a little bit more of this?
Not really, because I feel like I was like so happy with the first time I stand up that my stage fright and not doing what you're supposed to is actually working for me. And I was like, so that always, I was like, from the very beginning, I was like, this is perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
There are little things. People always said how important it is to get up all the time. And it's actually not that important for me because I'm not. I think the reason that's important is because it is so hard to connect with the audience in a real way. But since I'm not doing that, I really that's kind of like trying to get up all the time and doing the same jokes. Like it's much better for me to spend that time trying to write jokes because that's like the hard part. So just like learning that your process is different.
That you didn't have to run around and do 6 sets a night.
Yeah, I never had to do that. When I was first trying to do longer sets, I did try to tell stories. And I kind of realized like, I'm just telling a story the way like a regular person tells a story, not like a comedian, where a funny story is like a long setup and then a funny thing at the end.
Right.
And like, I was like, I can't, I kind of got away with it because I had credibility by that point, but it wasn't like not even material. It was like, I was taking a break between songs to do like a musician taking breaks between songs to just talk to them and then get back into the actual stand up.
Right.
And for a while, I was like, okay, so then I'll figure out how to write stories like a comedian.
Right.
Or same with like observational stuff. And like, I would just like observe the thing and then be done. And like, oh, you have to say 20 different metaphors for what it's like. And I spent a little time trying to do it. And then it's just like, I don't know if I could have done it or not, but it's so hard once something is easy for you because you figured it out. It's so hard to go back to the beginning with something else.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That would be very weird at this point.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. Yeah. You start just getting personal and drifty. Do you still love LA?
Yeah. LA is, I grew up in Alaska and I always dreamed of being in Southern California. And I still like warm weather, and I don't mind when it's too hot.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't miss seasons.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, I kind of daydream about living in other places, but I don't think I ever
so
would.
you went from Alaska to Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, was what kind of town in Alaska?
I was in Anchorage.
Oh, you were
and
in
I mean, my mom's I was born there, but my mom's from like Boston or Newton, and my dad's from Burbank.
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't have roots there, and we'd always go back east to visit family.
Yeah. How'd
So-
you all end up in Alaska?
I mean, my parents, when they got married and my dad finished law school, they went up. They thought it'd be cool for him to do like this environmental law job there for a year, and then they liked it and they stayed.
Wow.
They're still there.
Was that a good childhood?
I think it was a good childhood. You don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think Alaska was a good place to grow up. I don't want to. No, I did have a good childhood, but I'm just saying.
What?
At the time, like I wasn't excited about living in Alaska. I don't think, but like now, I like love to go back and
Right.
and like be able to have so much nature.
Just because you were a kid and you wouldn't like anywhere you were.
Yeah, I think unless you live in like LA or
Right.
Manhattan, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Those kids kind of, man, Alaska's so special.
Yeah,
Just seeing eagles flying around is
Yeah.
just such a weird thing.
yeah,
I've only been up there a couple times.
yeah.
But
That's really cool.
yeah. Anchorage is pretty rough though, right?
Rough as in what?
You got like a lot of like lumberjacks who drink a
Oh.
lot.
I mean, Anchorage is like the cosmopolitan part of the city. So, I mean, that's the joke of Alaska is like what's the best part about living in Anchorage is you're so close to Alaska. This idea that's not actually.
Oh, 'cause it
you're not
doesn't
like a
feel like
real
Alaska.
or you're not. Or for people that don't live in Anchorage, you're
Right.
not like a real Alaskan.
Were the
I feel like
winters
that.
hard in Anchorage? Or were they not as bad?
There, I mean, it's like kind of you have temperate ocean currents, so I
Right.
don't think it's necessarily as cold as like northern like Michigan or Minnesota. It's probably I remember it being typically between like 0 and 20, and sometimes dipping down to like 10 below, but
Right.
not crazy.
When you were a teenager, were you just smoking cigarettes saying, I'm getting out of here?
I didn't smoke a lot of cigarettes, but yeah, I definitely was going to get out of there. Yeah.
Was it a big shift to go to Boston, or you had gone and seen family and stuff? So it wasn't that. Is
I
that
mean,
why
it's
you
just-
went? Because there was a connection there.
No, I just I mean anywhere you go, I mean there's the University of Alaska and the Fairbanks one is like I think considered the prestigious school, like good research and stuff. But
Yeah.
there's not that many. Most of the options for college are going to be out of state. So it was like it would have been the same. It's like a 5-hour plane flight anywhere.
Everything's far.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Boston, I mean, it was such a big change to go from being a kid to being in college. That kind of dwarfed anything about
Right.
the city of Boston. Yeah.
Yeah. The geography didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just now you're sleeping in a room with a stranger.
Yeah.
How was your first roommate?
I had like 5 roommates.
You did?
Yeah.
Were you the problem?
Maybe. We had, it was, I remember, I think I put on my like roommate form, like I'm shy, so I'd want to be balanced out by more outgoing roommates. But then I realized like, not that they were bad, but I was like, oh, that's probably why they put me in a room with 6 people. And I probably would have been happier than like a room with one other person. Yeah.
Right. You're just one maniac.
Yeah.
Was college good for you?
Yeah, it was great. It was like
Yeah.
stressful. I was like depressed for part of it.
Yeah.
But I really liked my classes and what I was learning about. And you obviously make like, deeper friendships than you'll ever make
Yeah.
the rest of your life.
Yeah. Did you struggle with depression? Or was it just like
it
normal
was
college
for, like,
depression?
I mean, I went to like a therapy and took Prozac for a couple of years. I mean, I think I haven't had like a lifetime struggle with it. I think I'm more of an anxiety issues that sometimes like veer into dread.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
Like in everyday situations or in.
Oh yeah. Anything. I just I just focus on something that I know doesn't matter, but it just so. I mean, to me, it's really one of the most stressful things is I'm fairly stressed about money, not like the idea of running out of money, just like the idea of just making the wrong decision about what I'm and paying too much, and just just
just on a small scale.
just on a small scale. Yeah. And there's nothing more stressful to me than like having committed to something without knowing how much money it's going to be. Which sometimes happen, if you have like something that has like a water heater, needs to be fixed, and like you can't like get a bunch of quotes, and it has to be done now, and you're just and whatever they say I have to pay, or with a car, and like technically I could like take the car somewhere else, but I'm not going to, and like just like that waiting and not knowing. That uncertainty, if you're getting, it kills me.
Right. I wonder where that comes from.
I think money to me, I think I'm stressed about just making good decisions and not making bad decisions. Mm-hmm. And it's so obvious what the good decision was, because I actually spent $2.50 more than I could have, or you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And like other decisions, it's not as obvious, which is why I'll waste time that's worth way more than the money I'm saving by spending that time doing whatever to get a better price, because the time doesn't have a number on it that I have to feel bad about.
Right. Right. And is it a bigger thing of a vulnerability of making enough bad moves that you end up with no money?
No, it is just being like, I want to be like, it's just like the like existential, like, what am I like? I want to be a person that makes good decisions and does what it's supposed to be. And I feel kind of shame if I made a bad decision, even if it's like, you just, and it just is like being a perfectionist about little decisions that don't matter. And it still is important to me that I do them right.
Right. That's so interesting. I don't have any of that.
That's nice.
I always figure I'm making all the wrong decisions. I always figure I'll probably make the wrong decision, but it'll work itself out somehow.
Yeah, I'm getting better at that as I get older.
Yeah.
And you obviously, once you have a kid and a house, you're so overwhelmed by the amount of, money this money is spent on.
Yeah.
That you kind of just get numb to it, I guess.
Right. Right. Yeah, you just kind of like, but it is kind of silly.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like both approaches are probably just as troublesome.
Yeah.
Anything,
your moderation is.
Yeah. I know. I have a friend who, anytime if I would just say something like, we'll just go stay at that hotel if we're going away with them, he'd be like, "You're just hemorrhaging money." It would drive him crazy. You're not giving any thought to this at all.
No, I remember I was doing this stand-up show at a college with John Benjamin. And he's like, "Oh, I booked a hotel for us." It was in Dallas, and it was like, $300 something hotel, but it was at like the University of Texas campus. That was like, so we had to go to the hotel, go all the way to wherever town that campus is in. There, you probably could get a hotel for like $60,
right?
And then drive all the way back to downtown Dallas, for like a few hours. We have to get up and go to the airport in the morning,
right? Just to stay in the nice hotel.
Yeah,
yeah.
They did have like this little thing of olives that they left out.
Well, that's nice with the little bamboo shoot.
Yeah, so
that's
that was
fancy.
Good. That was nice.
Yeah. Have you passed this on to your children?
No. I mean, I definitely pass some anxiety onto them, but they definitely are not frugal about money, and they don't like it when I am.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Is anxiety always a thing you have to deal with?
Yeah, I mean, I've read about, accounts of people with like more severe anxiety, and like, oh, I guess I shouldn't complain because it's not that bad. It's never like disabling and like overwhelming me, but it does kind of always in the background. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it just is something, just this kind of noise that's always in the background that I always have to live with. Right.
And did you get better at living with it? Like, is it that kind of a thing?
I mean, kind of. I think my attitude has shifted a little bit. I've done some stuff with like mindfulness and meditation. I'm not great at it, but but it does help a little bit. And I mean, a big part of it is if you can reframe your anxiety as excitement, And anytime I'm anxious about something and it gets resolved, I feel so good.
Yeah.
And I almost now try to, like, as soon as something happens, like, I can't believe I have to deal with that. It's going to be so stressful. Then
Right.
I start to think about, but when it's done, I'll be so happy.
Right.
In a way that I wouldn't have had that happiness if the stressful thing didn't happen.
Yeah. Did you feel that this morning when you woke up and knew you had to come to this podcast?
No, I've been doing, I have done very few podcasts in my life. And I just recently, because of the special, I finally was like, I have to start doing them. And I've done enough now that I feel comfortable with it. But yeah, that used to be like, that or like doing radio used to be like a paralyzing fear for me.
Right. Because you felt like you had to be on and.
Yeah. Or just the idea that it's going to live forever. And like anything you say is going to be there forever. But then the more stuff that's out there that lives forever, the more just a big pile of stuff about you there is. And
yeah.
It's like, when people post a picture of you that you look ugly, or not you, but one of me where I look ugly.
Definitely me.
And I'm like, and eventually there's like so many of those pictures out there that what does one more matter?
Right. It's always so weird too, because it's such a hard concept to wrap my head around, that what I see in that picture, that horrible picture of me, is not what anyone else sees. And like what I see is like, oh my, what a monster.
Yeah.
Other people see that all the time and are okay with it.
Yeah. It is,
right?
yeah.
It's so weird.
And like when you go through life, you meet so many interesting, weird looking people that you never have that reaction to them that you would
never
to like any of your
never. People are so different and funny looking, and there's like so much going on with every human face, and you just like, oh, that's just them. But you think, oh my God, look at this, look at my neck. I'm a monster.
I've never met anyone that has like a neck as horrifying as mine, and yet there must be some people out there.
When you were saying the thing about the water heater.
Yeah.
Is that where that great joke came from?
Yeah. Oh, exactly. That is where it came from. Yeah.
That's such a great joke.
The first time that, you own a house and there's no hot water. You're like, oh, well, hopefully it'll be on in a few hours. Like, oh, no, wait, it'll never be on until I fix it.
But that's not the joke.
No, the joke. Oh, yeah, I'll tell the joke.
You want to tell the joke?
I'll tell yeah, great.
It's such a good joke.
It's when you're little and you hear a noise in the middle of the night, you're like, please be the water heater, not a monster. But when you grow up, you're like, please be a monster, not my water heater.
It's such a good joke.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I just sit in my house every night and I'm like, what's that noise?
Yeah.
What's that? I never heard that before. Oh, shit. There's always somebody having to come over to the house and fix things. I can't fix anything.
Yeah.
I'm really not good. I don't have that skill. Do you?
I just have bad fine motor skills. Same reason I can't do magic. And
right.
I love the idea of like how things work. And I love the idea of doing stuff myself, and I always try to, but like I would just, something as simple like drilling a hole in the wall to bolt something in.
Yeah.
Then when I try to screw it in, it won't go in.
No.
And there's just something like my hand must just be shaking or moving as the drill's going in. I don't know what it is, because it's like,
yeah, where you're thinking
like
about
that.
Other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
But then I always feel like the bandwidth for getting someone to fix something is often harder than just fixing it yourself. Although what I usually do is I spend a lot of time not doing it because I'm going to fix myself.
Right.
And then I try and I can't. And then after a lot of effort, then I hire someone, and then anyways.
Yeah. We have my friend Robert's a handyman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice.
And I call him for everything.
Yeah.
And it's so much better.
Yeah.
Because there's so many times I'm like, I'll just fix that hinge.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you don't.
Yeah.
And then when you do, it's worse.
Yeah.
And just call Robert. Just call Robert.
And the pressure of like the door is off. Like if you can't figure something out,
right? You
can't just leave the door off. Like you're in the middle of it, so you have to, or like there's wet paint or wet caulk or wet whatever.
Yeah, you started.
Yeah.
It's a problem now.
Yeah.
I had all of a sudden the kitchen sink water pressure just got super low.
Uh-huh.
and everything else was cool. All the other
Yeah.
faucets were fine. So it's not a house thing. Something's up with this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked underneath the sink,
Yeah.
and I saw knobs.
Yeah.
And I saw the tubes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I probably can just start turning one. And I'm like, no, just call the plumber. Just call him. And he came over, and it was something like in the tube, like a rubber thing. And over time, that's why it had been getting weaker. And he took that whole thing off and got the rubber thing
Yeah.
out. And now we've got water pressure like I can't
Oh,
believe.
nice. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I just keep running it. Look at this pressure. But if I had tried it myself,
Yeah.
it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
We all have our talents.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way to think
You
of
know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you write great jokes. You don't have to try and fix the thing.
I mean, but I also have the curiosity about like how things work, and that I like that side of it. Like if I could do it, if my hands would work, I think I'd find it rewarding
Right.
to do this stuff. But it's just not worth it. Yeah.
Right. Was that hard for you when you were a kid, like having to do gym class?
I mean, I was never much of an athlete. Yeah, there's always, and I mean, gym class was the hard part. Was like doing like little league and stuff, and I'm
Right.
like, it was optional. I totally could have just not done it, but like I was just like nervous about throwing wild, and then and then because I was nervous, I would, and I'd be embarrassed about it. And, you know.
Right. Yeah. It's hard being a person.
Yeah.
Do your kids have skills?
Yeah, our son and our daughter too are both like great athletes.
Oh, really?
Which surprises me. I don't know where they got it from.
That's amazing.
And they're and good at music and just good at stuff.
That's
So,
great.
I mean, my wife and I are very different. I think that having two different people is sometimes good for
Yeah.
because they'll get at least one good gene for each thing.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
she's yelling, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah,
That's me.
that might have been me. Yeah.
So what are you going to do now that this special's out? I mean, what's your, like, it'll take another 8 years to get it.
Yeah,
another hour
I'm-
together.
I might be able to do it faster if I'm actually focused on it. But yeah, it'll take
Are
a
you feeling
while.
like focused now? Because
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am. I mean, it's if I get something a project that's taking up my time, I guess that'll be a good problem to have. But
Yeah.
but for now, that will be my main thing. That's my main thing.
do you work
working
out
on-
in town? Do you go do spots here in town?
Yeah, I haven't been doing it that. I will just do it when I have new jokes. So
Yeah.
I actually my initial goal, which I just did, was to have a 10-minute set, not like new jokes, but sets that have not been on my special or jokes that have not been on my special or album.
Okay.
And I just did that, and then because even though they're all jokes I've done before a bunch of times, like doing a whole new order of stuff, with a
Yeah.
whole new opener and closer
Yeah.
was stressful, and I figured, okay, I figure that out, and then if I go up to 15 and then 20, then I'll be able to do any spot in town because then
Right.
it's never more than that.
Yeah.
And then I can just fold in new jokes until I have enough to go do somewhere do an
Right.
hour. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Did you have anxiety about performing? Was that ever a thing?
Well, I always have stage fright. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. But that's kind of like part of my character. I think I do like better when
Right.
I'm nervous.
When you're nervous.
Yeah.
And was it ever to the point where like I can't get up or like that kind of dread or
No,
just
I mean, maybe the first time.
normal, like-
the first time I did it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. yeah, it doesn't gobble you up.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
a good manageable
Right.
stress. Yeah.
Yeah. You always have to be a little on edge.
Yeah.
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 It's funny though to hear like, you know, you get nervous about whatever with life or whatever and stuff, and then but then to stand up in a room,
Yeah.
it's so counterintuitive, right? It's so like,
Yeah. Well, what I always think about is like, if I have like one person that I'm worried doesn't like me, like that, that waiter I talked to, or there, or someone honked at me or something, it
Yeah.
like eat at me all day, and then I can go be on. When you're bombing, you have like hundreds of people that all hate you at once, and I'm just fine with that.
right? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird, it's a weird
Yeah.
thing. What are you gonna do with the bread?
Looks like there's oil to dip it in.
No, I mean when you get home.
Oh.
You don't have to eat it here. I'm gonna give it to you in a bag. And you bring it to your
I'll
family.
probably. I mean, I love putting avocado on bread. I don't know if we have any fresh ones. Maybe I'll stop at Trader Joe's on the way.
Yeah, we don't have any to give you.
I wasn't a demand. I was just saying,
It felt like it.
And I usually don't put olive oil on bread, but seeing it there is making me think that would be pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your special.
Thank you.
It's really good. I was really surprised. No one told me it was animated.
Oh, cool.
So it was like this cool little surprise.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that it more than worked was really great.
Thank you.
And really fun to watch. And there are certain comics who are very well written and have got great jokes that you almost like listening on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Like, they play great.
Yeah.
Like it almost brings it to another place, because it's where other people are, if they're very performative and,
Yeah.
the radio.
Oh, yeah. And you're missing it from.
Yeah. And you really you nailed it with the
thank you.
animation and it was really
Thanks so
really
much.
well done. And come back anytime.
I will. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Dan. We got it, kids.